We've not talked about the basics of slow living for a while. We've talked about stress and money and interaction and many things on the periphery, but we haven't talked about the basics, simple bare bones, and how it can work in anyone's life. Because it's adaptable. Your slow life is unique to you, as my slow life is unique to me. You can choose total immersion, or you can go for a little paddle. We talk about a slow, peaceful, less stressful life, but are we overthinking it? Are we actually reaching for the unattainable? Are we looking for a kind of transcendental life where we float through the world on a pillow of cinnamon scented petals? Are we actually overthinking the whole concept? We sold the concept of slow living through immaculately crafted videos, all presented in a warm tint of soft focus, with bowls all made of bone china and surrounded by beautiful period furniture, dressed in cotton that flows. A world where everything is perfect and your cat doesn't shit in the potpourri. Would that we could all live in a world like this. I mean, there are plenty of videos on YouTube extolling this kind of lifestyle where creators live within a bubble, a perfect bubble, away from the rest of us, away from the norms, away from the challenges of society, where all your cooking ingredients are stored in glass jars and labelled with immaculate calligraphy. More power to the creators of these videos, because they're crafting a world that is an absolute joy to watch, be it attainable or not. For most of us, it isn't really attainable because life tends to get in the way. Family, bills, worries, bills, the cacophony of life, governments, bureaucrats, wars in far-flung places that seem to affect us and are always there, front and centre for our enjoyment. But we can still do it. We can still reach that state of well-being and peace and happiness that you can maintain for the rest of your life with just a couple of tiny tweaks here and there. If you choose to dress like a shabby old hippie like me, then fill your boots, do it, because people won't scoff at you. People will actually say, "Oh, I love your sweater," because most people in the world fit in to a certain demographic, and that's the one we're all told to fit into. And anybody who steps out of that norm isn't scoffed by society. It's actually envied by people because they'd love to do the same. But the world tells them that it's unattainable. The slow life isn't for you. The slow life is for hippie young ladies in flowing Laura Ashley dresses, running through fields whilst baking cinnamon buns. And how many times have I said that? Just try to spend less on things you don't need. Watch less telly. Or better still, throw it out of the window. Read more, see more, hear more, worry less. Try not to be influenced by outside noise and static and rubbish that other people tell you you've got to listen to and take note of and fit in with. And get in line. Get in line. And you don't need to get in line. And you can get out of line without harming anyone else. You can just live this slow, peaceful, happy life out in nature, at home. Get out in nature if you can, and if you can't, then just find a quiet spot to gaze up at the sky. Find somewhere where you can hear bird song and the wind in the trees. That's all it needs. It's not rocket science, and I've said it before. And we can all do it, and we can all attain it, and we can all be happy and at peace. Like I am and like Molly is. Learn how to move slower, think slower, breathe slower, hear more, see more, feel more. Try not to live up to the expectations of others. Live up to your own expectations. Nobody said you have to live up to other people's expectations. It's a myth put about by people who want to control you. Those are the basics, so just cut your own cloth. I cut my own cloth decades ago, and I've lived like this, and I'm happy and I'm at peace, and nobody can seem to get through this little veneer of peace and tranquility that I've got. It's not easy sometimes when things are thrown at you and the world shouts at you, but it's doable, and it's easily doable, and I'm proof, living proof. We find peace in the woodlands of the industrial northwest of England, and if I can find a Shangri-La here, I'm sure you can find it where you are. I've got loads of videos that goes into detail about how to live a slow, more peaceful, happier, quieter life. Just go and browse them. They're all there. If you really want to put the stresses of being here on this tiny blue-green planet in perspective, if you want to understand how insignificant our socio-economic and lifestyle struggles are, go on YouTube and watch Brian Cox explain to Joe Rogan about black holes. That'll put you back in your box.